Oh, can you see at the bottom it says, what does it say down at the bottom in bold? Chocolate praise. Let's explore that. What happens to your blood sugar level when you eat a piece of chocolate? Here's a clue. Goes up. How long for? Here's another clue. Not very long. Crash. This is why some people eat lots of chocolate, because if you keep eating chocolate, surely you'll stay at that sort of level, right? But it has repercussions, doesn't it? You know. All right. Story time. So, who's got kids? Remind me. Teenagers. Who's got teenagers? Who's got kids who used to be teenagers? Oh my word. I've got hundreds of them. At least it feels like that. So, who's been to the Isle of Wight? Anybody been to the Isle of... Oh, wow. I know you have. You've been lots of times, haven't you? So, here's the Isle of Wight. There's Cowes, where the sailing thing is. There's Newport in the middle of the island. Why anybody on a holiday island would live in the middle, I don't know. And then there's this big bay here. It's called Sandown Bay. And it goes Bembridge, Yavelin, Sandown, Lake, Shanklin, Ventnor. Anybody heard of Blackgang Chine? Yeah, right. Well, that's sort of down here-ish, you know. And I live here, sort of Shanklin, Lake Shanklin way. Beautiful in the bay, and you take your Labrador down the front there and walk along the beach, come up and come back. It's a lovely place, lovely part of the world. Anyway, I've got a house that's pretty much on the cliff. It's not right on the cliff, that would be stupid, but it's close to the cliff. It's nothing fancy, it's a little cottage, sort of semi really. And it's one of those long, thin houses. You know, some houses, they look thin, but they just go on forever, don't they? And it looks like it's an extension after extension after extension. I think it's almost extended down to France now. So, down the side of the house, there's a long lean-to. We used to call it the bit on the side. Anyway, it's where the kids used to keep their bicycles and their surfboards and their coats and their footballs and you name it, it's all in there. And in my little office, I'll sit there like this and I can see right down the side of the house to the front door when people come in. Oh. Anyway, years ago, I don't know, I was working it out the other day. 12 years ago, number 2 son came home. When you got a lot of kids, you have to give them numbers, right? Number 2 son came home. It's a Thursday sort of lunchtime. He should have been at school. He was in his first year of A-levels. And he's got a wetsuit on and a board. I said, Martin, what are you doing, son? I got a 3. Who did A-levels? I never did A-levels. I went off the Merchant Navy when I was 16. Who did A-levels? A few of you, right. Turns out, this 6th form lark, I don't know if any of your kids are doing A-levels, this 2 years, right? You could do the whole thing in 2 weeks. They have that many free periods. So, how are you getting on at school anyway? All right. He's a teenager, right? Okay, well, have you had any grades back? Have you had any coursework back, Lee? You know? Yeah? It's like pulling teeth, really, isn't it? That's in what subject, Martin? Physics. Right. Show me. So up goes the surfboard, off comes the wetsuit, walking through the house, water, sand everywhere. It's the beach tar you've got to be careful of. Comes downstairs, I'm down there. In he comes. So what's that? Physics. So I picked up the assignment, and on the assignment, fair play to the lad, on the assignment, remember it's his first year of A-levels, on the assignment it says, A, well done, exclamation mark. Experienced father. Who wrote that? Woody. I thought, who's Woody? Mr. Woods. Oh, okay. Why did he write that? Because, Dad, it's good. All right? Don't get lippy with me, son. Why did he write it? I don't know. Find out. All right. Anyway, next day. in comes number 2 son. Close approximation of school uniform, tie wrapped around his neck or something. Right, Dad? All right, son. Saw Woody. Huh? Oh, yes. Yeah, how did you get on? All right. Well, in what way specifically was it all right? Have you noticed we use that word quite a lot in New Code, continue and begin fast coaching? What do you mean by that specifically, exactly, precisely? What do you mean by that? Tell me more. Well, what he said, Dad, was it's the first time we'd done any coursework, right? And he gave us the coursework, and he wanted the coursework presented in a certain way. Oh, really? Do tell me more. Well, what he said was he wanted like a front cover, and then inside on the coursework, he wanted like the contents list, and then inside there he wanted like a summary, and then he wanted to have like an introduction, and then some kind of like the methodology, and then the findings and the conclusions, and then he wanted like a bibliography, all the books I'd referred to. And appendices, and he wanted it bound together in a certain way, and it all to be done in a particular font. And that was like, he said they were our standards that he wanted us to follow. And I'd done that, and what he said, Dad, he said, because I'd done it like that, that was the reason I got an A, and a well done. Cool. I'll tell you something else as well. What? He said, if I do the next lot of my assignments in the same way, follow the same process, the same structure, chances are I'm going to get another A. So Martin, son, what? Martin, this is awesome. You have learnt the structure of well-doneness. It's at the bottom of your page, made up phrase, registered trademark. You now know the structure of well-doneness for physics A-level assignments. You can get an A and a well done with an exclamation mark every single time. Whoa! That is sick, Dad. I mean, it's good, apparently. It's sick indeed, Martin. You see, in the process of coaching your people, if we just give them chocolate praise, well done, Sean, well done. That's really well done. It feels nice, doesn't it? But not for very long. We all like well dones, but you don't understand what it is you've done that makes it a well done, Sean. It's a piece of chocolate. And now what's he waiting for now? Another piece of chocolate. If we can help Sean to understand the structure of his well-doneness, if we can help him to understand exactly what he's done in relation to these behaviours, exactly what is it that he did that made that performance so awesome, he can do it again and again and again and again with every customer, every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. Getting it? Well-dones are just a Mars bar or a Kit Kat or whatever confectionery brand you want to use. That's all it is. Structure of well-doneness. That's where the power lies, and that's when people can replicate. Happy with that? Yes, Nick.